Dexter.
Oh,
Okay.
bone.
You want to give them a little background info?
No.
Fucking guy. Okay. Tell them what's going on. Explain to them. We're back at it. E9 body swap project, and we're at the one of the most controversial portion of it.
No, we're just gonna get it done. Don't really give a fuck how it looks. I knew the
Off
rockers.
camera, we had our usual argument, and now he's gonna explain what he wants to do.
I knew the rockers were going to bite me in the ass afterwards. I should have taken care of them when I actually did the body swap. But now we're down to the wire. Pretty much everything else is dialed in. The car is going to the body shop next week to get the body work done. But they're not going to build rockers from scratch. And even if they do, I don't think we're going to end up liking it anyway. So we're making our own.
So the plan is what?
The plan is I don't want to cuss. My plan is to make it as easy as possible. Easy by means is not going to be really.
That doesn't look like it's gonna be easy.
Yeah, no, not really. So I cut this. It's 6" by 72, the length of the inside of this car. So I'm gonna cinch this as close as I can to this transition. We have to make some more fine cutting of the inside of the car, basically the rockers in the rocker, to slide this in, and then follow the body, the contour of the body, the flares, to basically draw a line here, stay put right about an inch and a half apart from the door, and continue all the way to the rear quarter panel, and then draw that same line, and basically call it a day there, and then weld this plate in place, and then plate the rest as we go. So you would just take this profile, cut another piece of steel, and roll it downwards. We're gonna roll it down to this edge, and just weld it right about here. Same with where the door is.
Like multiple piece?
Yeah, 4 pieces, basically, with this piece. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Jari is saying we should roll it onto a piece of the edge.
Roll the edges.
Roll the edge onto a piece of pipe to make it look a little more pleasing to the eye. But I don't think it's worth. No, I don't think it's worth the hassle. Honestly, dude, who cares? It's rolled.
This is like a nice shot.
Is it though?
Give a nice sexy look. Yes.
Okay, they can't hear what's playing in the background, right?
No, there's noise canceling.
I'm playing the Goodfellas soundtrack. The list of bunches.
That's a nice tool you got.
Ooh.
Alright, so wanna build this from multiple piece.
Yeah.
You don't care about the tipped radiuses for a more finished look. You can get back to that.
We can get back to that after we're done with building the actual thing. Let's build it. Take a look at it, because I want to be done tonight.
Oh, I also noticed you before. Can you also explain to me what you changed on the flares? Because I see it like follows a little differently. It's like kind of looks better almost. I don't know how. So this is
no, the body fits a bit better now, and that's because the lower portion of the flares were still touching the E9 rockers and some battery box situation in the back. So I ended up cutting the flares a bit more. If you come out to the back,
from the bottom,
basically the entire bottom of the flares, the kit.
So you cut it from here.
Okay, yeah. I finessed that a bit better.
Okay.
It looks so much better in the back now. I am using.
Dude, as soon as the wing is on.
I know. I'm using the rear too.
The wing is everything.
Yeah. So like, remember when we were trying to put the rear arches, the quarter panels on? it looked like it was never going to be possible to put the taillights on because it was like all wonky. So that's what I did. I tried to line it up to the body, but kind of sort of failed at it. So I was blessed that I actually bought this too. So I said, you know what? I'm going to slap that on too. So everything meets. Believe it or not, now that this is here, makes the back look a little more bubblicious. A tad different than.
Did you have to sand the bottom of the spoiler, or that's what it is, the wing?
No. Oh, well, yeah. This I did. I cut away because it was not only touching the apron, the taillight section, but also you could still see the bottom. And I'm like, why? 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, like so much going on.
What about here? Did you massage this at all, or that's as is?
No, that's as is. I can do that because this is not mounted yet.
Yeah.
This is still not mounted. I can finesse that afterwards.
It's good.
As is, it's totally fine. The only thing I really had to do, I could cut the entire extra lip of the boot lid. If you look here, you could actually tell. So I left about 1/4 inches right there. So right there, basically. I mean, I don't care much about the panel gaps, to be honest. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, and I'm totally cool with that because I'm going to have race pin, hood pins for the trunk too. I bought.
You think it's gonna be easy to lift that bitch with the wing?
Yeah, it's super easy. It's super light. It's still super light. I did it multiple times, no problem. So here, I've seen on the original race cars, they had this rubber, almost like a TJ Wrangler rubber hood latches.
Insert image here.
Yeah. So I bought the CJ version of those, which are chrome. And they're like spring loaded. They look so sick. So boom right there, boom right there. That would hold the whole trunk down, and the pins would just guide it where it should go. Yeah, that's basically it. Still gonna make glass. We don't have glass. Glass is going to be probably the last minute thing on this car. But I don't know. I do have a few people who can actually make it out of plexiglass or Lexan or whatever.
Lexan would work.
Yeah. So, I mean, all the race cars had, plastic windows. So who cares, really? It's so hard. It's so hard to find parts for this car, dude. I mean, I knew getting into it, but now that I'm into it, it's just reality hits so hard. So, but I am also very lucky for the fact that I'm not doing a restoration on this car, because if I was restoring this car, it was going to end up being like a $200,000 build. Trust me, I'm not even kidding. First of all, you have to source all the parts, and then you have to, obviously, when you're restoring it, you have to like re-chrome things and like fix things the right way and get inside and out. There is no inside to this body, so I don't have to restore any of that stuff. And that's like all time.
Basically, right now it's like a RC cap car.
Yeah, it's literally it, and that's, I mean, that's funny because I did weld it.
Speaking of,
but technically you didn't necessarily have to weld it. You could just pin the whole car on.
Speaking of,
yeah.
Do you want to talk about the livery?
Oh, the livery! Holy shit, man!
Do you want to talk about the livery?
I want to talk about the livery. Yes, I do want to talk about.
I want to go right in front of the car.
You know how this car ended up?
Actually, I want to stay like this because of the photos you have with the livery.
I know, so we can just.
Yeah.
It's hilarious because this car came to be because of ChatGPT. I did actually ask the wheelbase comparisons for the E9. So like E9 I was always going to buy. And, I found this car. I found it in the middle of nowhere. It was way beyond restoration. There was no way it was going to get restored. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do a body swap. Let's see what other car is out there that are either similar or exactly the same wheelbase. There was a bunch, but then none of them are BMWs, besides the 135, which is about 1.25 inches longer which is not that big a deal. You can just like, I explained it on the previous video, so just go and watch those. But so yeah, thanks to ChatGPT, this is where we are. So now, again, thanks to ChatGPT, I get to play with livery options. I'm literally telling GP2 body kit. That's why I like weirded out right now. But anyway, I'm literally telling ChatGPT to make me a Dunkin' Donuts livery, and like boom, it'll just place it on top of the car, on top of the existing image, and it makes it so real. Like then you now have the perfect idea how things would look. There's a bunch of stuff I'll show you guys, you know, throughout the video, but you know, we're still like not entirely sure where we want to be in terms of livery, but I kind of sort of think there was a Kodak, the Kodak car. Was it a Porsche? Yeah. Also BMW, right? Porsche did it?
To be honest with you, I don't remember Kodak. I do remember Boss very clearly because it was one of my favorites.
It was more popular amongst the NASCAR. Kodak was a NASCAR thing. Well, later in the 90s. But in the 70s or 80s, also had been a livery for some of these European cars. So anyway, I saw that and I actually like kind of sort of fell in love with it beyond other options too. But Kodak kind of works because, I don't know, I don't want to say it would go viral. I really don't care if it does or not. But every photographer's, oh my God, I got to take a picture of this car. That's what people would think. If you're a photographer and you see a car that says Kodak on it, you're like, oh my God, I got to take a picture of this thing. So photographers would pass it around and make it go viral.
So you're looking at it in a more strategic way rather than emotional way.
Yes, yes. I'm not in love with it. I love the Kodak theme, but I'm not really entirely in love with it. There's much better liveries out there that I can play with. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. We'll see. The car still has to get painted, and it has to paint it into a solid
5th
color.
of April. How many days left?
We have to be on the road on what?
15th.
15. So yeah, month. Just a month. I keep saying it's a month. So we got a month to finish the entire car and be on the road. It'll be on the road, no problem. So because it's a modern car, everything runs, and this was a running and driving car, no problem, and I didn't play with it, so it'll be fine. But the looks, I'm not really entirely sure if in the looks department we'll be winning trophies with it.
I mean, look, it's a race car. It was a race car to begin with. This 3.0 Batmobile, so
it doesn't have to be perfect.
It does not. It should not be perfect.
Nah.
It's the imperfect perfect.
I can always come up with version 2. We'll see. I mean, we may fall in love with the fact that it is now a race car, and we may actually race it. You never know.
Okay, let me go back to the livery. If it wasn't for strategic reasons, what would be your...
What would be? You and I talked about Bass.
What's his name? Peter? John?
John, yeah. John loved the Kodak.
John, no. You know what he said?
What did he say?
He told me today that he would love to see either Turkish Airlines or the white and blue Oriental, and he was like, even get like the rugs and carpets from like the Arabic style stuff. I was like, are you for real? Like, isn't that
he's
isn't
serious.
that gonna be like a little, you know,
political
something? Not political. No, it's just more like, what is the word? Corny.
Oh no, it's not corny at all. It's,
I don't know.
That's what sells, dude. Nowadays, that's what sells. Look at all the Porsches nowadays people are building, or Kith cars. Who's Kith now? Kith. I don't know. So, I don't know. Wonk. You know how the
all right. So he said we should do the white and blue.
White and blue. Oh yeah. The
white and blue porcelain
design, basically.
Porcelain design.
Chini art. Art of Chini. It's something like that. So in Turkey, or like it's a Middle Eastern culture.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
not necessarily a Turkish thing or
it's
an Ottoman thing.
from fucking Greece to all the way down
Yeah,
to
it's still
where
out
like
there.
Africa
Absolutely.
is the same thing.
It's a Middle Eastern thing.
Yeah, but he said that that was an interesting side. I mean, the guy sees
You
hundreds
saw
of
the picture, right?
cars.
I sent the picture.
Yeah, no,
It
I
actually
saw it
looks
all.
pretty nice.
My favorite, I want BOSF.
I like the BASF.
I definitely hate the fog lights. I think you gotta leave overlanding to overlanding.
No, it's got nothing to do with overlanding. It's a 24-hour
Okay,
spa
then
or Le Mans
different
thing.
fog light setup, not that shit.
Yeah, I mean the car doesn't have any lights. By the way, we're not running lights at all. So, thanks. I think I'm gonna run the modern one on there anyway. I still have the wires.
Ooh, it would be
all
nice
the
to
way
have
up.
like the wide one, the racing style.
Yeah, who cares? The interior is already.
You know, the
dialed
wide
in,
ones
eh?
with like
I know.
different angles.
Yeah, I know. But
What are you gonna do with this?
I'm gonna keep it.
Really?
I'm gonna keep it. It actually like shows everything.
Oh, true. Actually, it shows that it's modern.
That
It's gonna be like, hold
it's
on.
not even that.
People are gonna be like, hold on. There's something going on here.
You monitor in the car through that. All the information is through it, and
You cut this, right?
I cut it, but I'm gonna end up cutting a lot more because it has to match the profile of the window. No. I didn't want to cut more than I needed.
This part is definitely protruding.
Oh yeah, I need the glass to be here first, and then
okay.
So go for it.
Livery TBD.
Livery TBD.
Glass.
For sure. The paint is TBD. I don't even know what base coat the color.
If you are gonna do a livery, do white.
Yeah, that's like 60%. 60%.
Or Florida.
Yeah, 60%.
I love Florida.
No, 60% is going to be white.
Put a Florida car somewhere around here on the screen.
Yeah.
When you
and 40% would be every other color.
I think Florida would be pretty sick for the something around that tone.
But here's the thing:
do you want period correct color or do you want?
I love period correct stuff.
But if you are gonna do livery, then what the hell, like?
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't want to just
it's like make it white so it's like easier to deal with.
Almost. Easier to deal with if you're doing if white theme livery.
Yeah, there's a lot of white and a lot of liveries.
Dude, I always talk about it. My E24. I was so mad and upset that I actually painted it gray. I mean, the car was gray to begin with, so I restored it back in gray, then wrapped it in white, and then we wrapped over the white.
That car is wrapped 3 times.
That car is wrapped 3 times. There's 3 layers of wrap over the top of that.
So white is a big contender. What would be number 2?
Number 2 would be whatever livery. If I end up deciding before it gets
Kodak.
painted,
Let's say if it's Kodak,
if
then
it is Kodak, it has to be yellow, and it has
Why
to be
yellow?
that Atacama yellow. That's what that is.
Atacama yellow. Put somewhere here.
Yeah, it's Atacama yellow.
Like multiple.
And that's a BMW.
Bomb.
Yeah. Atacama yellow. Yeah.
Today
it's a little lighter, but still.
Today I saw a beautiful. I actually really love the Ford Bronco Cyber Orange. Even though it says orange, it's yellow.
Yeah.
It's like a topic on forums.
That's funny.
It's more yellow than orange. We were arguing about that with my girl this morning. She's like, "No, it's orange." I'm like, "It's yellow." She's like, "No, it's orange." I'm like, "It's yellow. It may be a dynamic color."
I don't recall seeing it. What is it?
Cyber orange.
Cyber orange.
Cyber orange, mustard yellow,
Bronco.
Stuff like that.
It's yellow taxi yellow cab. Yeah, it's a yellow cab basically.
It has more orange to it.
It's more orange for sure.
It's like a yellow with slight orange.
I love that. I love that yellow though. That's basically Atacama yellow.
Yeah.
Same exact yellow, by the way. So I don't know.
Atacama would be nice.
Say we're doing something with a green livery. Paint it fucking green, and then go from there.
You would definitely not British racing green.
No.
I feel like every motherfucker with the BMW.
That's another thing. The only reason I no longer want a green car. I love green, by the way. I love green cars.
But everyone did like I don't want to. I wish. part of me doesn't want to give a damn about it and do it British Racing Green, the M3. But then
Everyone and their
I've seen
mother has
so
green
many,
cars now.
yeah, I've seen so many real or replica
Remember a few
E30
years
M3
back, they were
builds
doing the
with like the
gray, that like Nardo gray, Destroyer gray,
Nardo Gray when it
Grigia
came out.
Media. Yeah, no.
Nardo Gray
Kia
was
has that same gray now. Hyundai's got the same gray, straight out the factory. It's no longer a special
I think
color.
this car, going back to the car, I think this car could look really cool with a period correct color. Like even though Atacama Yellow was not available back then, because of the hue,
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, it's almost
It
that
does still
pastel.
touch to 60s.
It does.
No, seven.
That
This is 60s
yeah.
car 7. No, this is late 60s.
Late
No,
60s, early 70s.
this is 69, 70 season.
This is a 70, so yeah, 69, 70.
Yeah.
All the way up to 76, believe it or not. See, BMW was really good with keeping chassis for a long period of time. So like almost a 10-year production. Every car they used to make would be in production for 10 years. So now they actually don't do that.
Okay. Well, I think
This is
time has
turning
come.
out to, be a podcast versus working on the car.
I think time has come. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do some side skirts.
Shy skirts. Nice.
You want glasses?
No, just trying to figure out.
You can remove the shield if you want.
It's not the shield. It's still
You want
too
light?
No, bro, it's still too tight. I'm gonna cut where you said I should cut anyway. Can't get in there.
No.
No, I can't get in there. Should I break my weld? I tacked it. Because I'm just gonna go to town and slap it on. So I can't do that. Okay. Yep. Come here. There you go. Heat is a big enemy. See how like it warps? That's why it's gonna have to get body worked.
That's another reason why I was telling you when I was telling you like tip it.
Roll it?
Make the edge instead of weld the entire thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's gonna be a lot of panel beating after.
Yeah, we'll see. With this. We need one there anyway.
Let's just cut this from the marked and I'll weld it in there.
So technically, there's a piece of metal here, right there, but it is no longer there because this car was a rusted POS. We're gonna build that afterwards. So what we're trying to do is, honestly, we could. Oh shit! I have an idea.
What?
Let's measure that. Make this a guide, and then we'll go like that. You understand what I mean? Because the floor is straight.
Yeah.
Um,
Or we can just use that.
yeah.
Because where you welded is already solid, right?
Oh yeah. Well, this is done.
So that's the height.
That's the height. So there you go. Now we'll be squaring it this way.
So, finally, after
So
a couple hours,
at least we have a great idea and a game plan. So today we basically wasted our effort in deciding what the rockers are going to look like and base the foundation.
definitely looks meaty.
Oh yeah, so
Muscle.
yeah, that's a no step look. You can definitely step on it after we're done because it's getting made out of
The gaps came out
steel.
good.
Gaps are fine, yeah. I mean, it's going to be looking a lot better after we're done tying the lowers to that flat plate. But yeah, that's where we're at. So it's kind of looking boxy, a lot boxier than I thought I wanted to really make it in the first place. But so now I think we're just going to end up beautifying it after the fact. For example, this has the contour of this quarter panel arch. So what I would do, right? Something like that.
What is it, canard?
Yeah, and make a canard, basically. Boom. Right there. Not that fat, obviously. Just something really petite. Something like that. That guides air through and through. I mean, you never know. That may actually work.
Performante.
Yeah, that may actually work in terms of aerodynamics. Definitely better than...
It will definitely swoosh the water away from rear wheels.
Sure. But I think that's going to come out looking pretty good. So...
Let me see from the back. Yeah, it's...
No, definitely.
I like it.
I think so.
With like the nice...
You know, think of that. Nice little paper plane wing. I don't know. I make my paper planes not so simple, so I make them up with like little.
You give them some rockets.
Guides.
Oh, this. You want to show about this?
All right. So this is, well, looking at it, it almost looks as if what we're gonna do moving forward would be to just plate this straight down and have like a triangular look. But no, that's not what we're gonna do. Whatever kind of the plate we would cut, we're gonna bend it with this profile. So once it's mated right there,
I like that.
so that's the bendy. That's the bendy bit. We're gonna get nice little round rocker panel, which would be us staying true to the E9 rockers, because
The rounded
E9 rockers are rounded. So it's almost as if we cut the E9 rockers and spread them apart, like outwards. It is pouring tonight. Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's literally what's happening, basically.
It's coming out to original style.
Yeah, kind of sort of original, rocker look, but like outwards, which is what I hated in the first place for these cars. In the earlier episodes, I was talking about something massively missing here in between the arches, especially for the Group 5. It almost looks like there's this massive void. So
Makes the car look really tall.
yeah, and to like nothing down the middle. So we're gonna have something down the middle now.
All right.
Yeah. Same with this side. This side is done. That side is done. So tomorrow we're gonna plate the rest of the lower rockers, and everything else we'll build like that canard look with this. We can build that later. That's not that big a deal. I'm actually kind of sort of thinking about not just like slapping it on here, possibly gapping it, like raising it up a little bit, maybe like a 1/4 inch up, like there's a gap. You know what I mean?
The whole plate?
Yeah. Not this. So when you look from the profile, see how it's like literally sitting on top?
Yeah.
Make it raised a little bit.
Oh,
You know what I
actually,
mean?
yeah.
Make it raised a little bit.
Maybe throw like a
That makes it
1/4
more.
inch, 1/2 inch, something.
Yeah, so yeah, some a little like neo, whatever. What kind of magnets are those?
Whatever. We can just
Whatever
throw some
thickness
stuff.
of a magnet, you can literally magnet it too if you wanted to, because it's going to be made out of steel. So it's just like a removable something if it ends up being wider. Yeah, something like that. Just higher. Gives it
Actually,
that
I like
3D
that
look.
idea. Higher.
Yeah, just raise it up.
Higher is better. You can throw in like
Not
cut
not
some
just
steel.
yeah, not just sitting on there, but like elevated a little bit. That would be really cool, I think. So yeah, that's where we're at.
Cool. I think that's it for tonight. We're
That's
exhausted after a full day of work.
That's it.
Then working on projects definitely
Takes a
beating
toll on
me
you,
up.
don't? No. Leave
All
this here.
Alrighty. Like, comment, subscribe, right?
Yes.
Drop comment. Drop the likes. Share with your homies. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
On to the next one.